Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. Last time, Yuji went for a run and found that Michiru, of all people, was out early as well, standing by the seaside looking at the sea. However, there was something strange about Michiru. She seemed to have dropped her tsundere act and she seemed coherent and almost as if she was a different person entirely. The entire day was spent trying to understand Michiru, without him getting actually any closer, and Kitty Meow made another appearance. Let's continue. Rookies should stick to moving in pairs. You'd better know what you're doing if you want to work alone. I'm quoting a professional detective, but the words are generally applicable. When you're tailing someone, a pair is less conspicuous than a single shadow. Of course, that can change depending on the circumstances. In most cases though, one stone-faced guy glaring at your back is going to inspire more caution than two idiots who happen to be following the same road. Even the best international agents usually use a male and female pair. A single tail isn't unheard of, but it demands significantly greater skill and experience. A major part of the challenge is that some people are simply more wary than others. As we've just seen, your target may turn and look behind them at completely unpredictable moments. Which means that when you're shadowing someone, especially solo, perception and anticipation are the most crucial elements of success. Incidentally, on this particular tailing mission, I've got a tail on my own. She seems to think it's going well, but I noticed her unwavering stare as soon as I left the door. Being observed isn't really a problem in itself, but I should probably make things clear before she starts developing any unfounded self-confidence. Sakaki, if you got anything to say, feel free. Anytime. You were onto me? Yep, pretty much from the second I left the door. What? Sakaki's eyes widened in surprise. It seems she did indeed have some misguided pride in her attempt at stealth. Why are you following me around? How about you tell me why you're following Kumine-san first? I see. So that's how she wants to play this. Alright, Sakaki. I think we all know there's a greater mystery here. Why are you outside? What? Excuse me, did you just call me a shut-in to my face? No worries, just a little friendly joke between classmates. It wasn't particularly amusing for your information. Sakaki shakes her head in exasperation. Well, I haven't heard an answer to the question yet. Let's see, my favorite food? Baked beans. Nobody asked about that. Baked beans though? Seriously? Sakaki's voice grows unusually loud with irritation. Keep it down, Sachi's going to notice us. Then answer my question seriously. The reason I'm tailing Sachi, is it? Yes. Pretty much just felt like it. At my response, Sakaki silently begins to dial a number on his cell phone. Do me a favor and refrain from calling the cops. I'd really like to avoid dealing with a certain cantankerous old codger if at all possible. In that case, I suggest you offer a slightly better explanation for your actions. Let's see. I think back a little way, trying to come up with some sort of reason for my behavior. Sadly, I'm drawing a blank. I happened to see Sachi heading out and got a little curious. That's all I've got. Sorry. You're following someone around for a reason like that? Ridiculous. Don't worry though, it's not like I'm some obsessed stalker. Don't have a life-size Sachi poster in my room or anything. You can check. If I'd happened to see you heading out instead, I'd probably be tailing you right about now. I'm relieved from the bottom of my heart that things have turned out otherwise. While I've been talking with Sakaki, Sachi has been steadily moving farther ahead. We're getting separated from him. Come on, time to move. Huh? Hey! I charge off in pursuit. Sakaki follows in my wake. Leaving the area surrounding the school, Sachi heads in the general direction of the station. She doesn't seem to have caught on for the moment. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Would you mind explaining why I should play along with this nonsense? A male-female pair is efficient and inconspicuous for covert surveillance of missions. You're already familiar with how tricky it is to shadow someone by yourself, aren't you? Of course we're conspicuous. Kumina-san knows exactly who we are. The instant she sees us, it's all over. Sakaki seemed even grumpier than usual today, but judging from the fact that she hasn't simply stalked off back to the school, it seems she's surprisingly weak against pushy tactics. Just where is she going anyway? That's a shopping bag over her shoulder, isn't it? The shopping district seems the most likely possibility. I see. A supply mission, is it? It seems Sakaki has a decently observant eye in her own right. Meanwhile, Sachi has stopped to speak with someone she met in the street. Hello there, Sachan. Thanks so much for your help last time. Think nothing of it. Shopping for ingredients today, is it? Yes, just a quick trip to the supermarket. Make sure you get some chicken thigh then. They've got a limited time sale about to start. Oh, thank you very much. I will keep that in mind. Oh, if it ain't Sachan! Hello, sir. Back out delivering soba noodles? Are your hips feeling better? Yeah, thanks to the ointment you got me, I'm as good as new. I'm very glad to hear it. My wife was very pleased too, or rather, pleasured. Ah, it's the maid lady. Ah, Kumina-san, let's play croquet again when you have the chance, yes? Before long, it becomes apparent that virtually everyone Sachi passes in the street have some sort of friendly greeting for her. What would this bizarre phenomenon? Don't ask me. I had no idea Sachi was such a celebrity in the town. I'm not sure celebrity is the appropriate word. But I would expect Kumina-san leaves the same impression even when outside the school. The same impression? Kumina-san is very diligent and honest. Whatever the final result of her efforts, we all trust her and rely on her, yes. True enough. I don't think there's any other side to her personality. She's probably just as straightforward and helpful wherever she goes. I see. You know, considering how uninterested you always claim to be, you're a pretty observant one. I've simply known Kumina-san a little longer than you, that's all. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Ah, it's Hatsuni-chan! You're right, hey! Even after arriving at the shopping district, Shachi's encounter rate is as high as ever. What? Who's stolt Teighauten? Einem Habel Krabgo. Satter, you know good? Pindle. Sakaki, please explain this as well. Don't expect me to explain everything just because I had the answer once. Oh, alright. I assume the renowned classmate researcher Professor Sakaki would have some insight on the matter. I don't recall becoming a professor of anything. Thel, Pintle, Sorg Ario? Ah, nice one, Sachini-chan. I hadn't thought of that. I know, right? For some reason they're getting really excited. How on earth does this code language they're speaking in work? It's nothing like I'm familiar with, unfortunately. Nerf, Shabrats, der Okies. I can't hear well from this far away. Mumbling something to herself, Sakaki draws gradually closer to Sachi. Watch it, Sakaki. Get any closer, she's going to notice us. Huh? Oh, right, sorry. Wait, why am I hiding anyway? What am I even doing? Now you worry about that? Talk about a delayed reaction. Well, I guess you could say Sachi's pretty impressive in a way, to have so completely caught our perpetually unenthusiastic Sakaki's interest. Thelwyn? Dera Rose? Yeah, see you later, Sachi-Nitan. See ya! She just held an entire conversation in gibberish. If Matsushima-san was here, she'd probably be bursting out demanding the secret code right about now. Most likely. Anyway, Kumina-san certainly is popular with the young. Perhaps that knack for dealing with children is also the reason Irisu-san is always demanding her as playmate. Ah! Come on, we're going to lose her, Kasami-kun. Yeah. When exactly did our roles in this operation get so thoroughly reversed? Alright, that's everything. Having finished her shopping in the supermarket, Sachi begins to walk back towards school, a satisfied expression on her face. Seems this is all she had planned for this particular expedition. Well, as expected, she didn't pull anything too out of the ordinary in the supermarket. Oh, personally I don't think anyone ordinary would listen to an old lady giving out free samples blather for an entire hour. Sakage's voice has its usual tinge of exasperation, but her facial expression is somewhat relieved. Alright, I think I'll be leaving you to your own devices then. Excuse me. We're going back to the same place, aren't we? I've got something I want here as well. If you need help carrying anything, I can tag along. Not necessary. Sakagi fires off an instant response, leaving no room for discussion. Alright, take care. Yes, I intend to. You never know when some overly curious individual might start stalking you on a whim after all. With a few words of deadpan sarcasm, Sakagi walks off on her own. Alright, I suppose I'll just finish my surveillance of Sachi by myself. When I turn my attention back to the maiden question, she is walking along while peeking down into the bag she's holding in both hands. It doesn't look like she's paying attention to where she's going. As soon as the words are out of my mouth, Sachi bumps her shoulder against someone, sending the contents of her bag scattering across the ground. Well then, any way you look at it, we got a classmate in distress here. That's because I was looking up to see if this choice had any major influence on the storyline, and it turns out that it does. So later down the line, way later down the line, there's going to be choices where you get to the girls' personal storylines. If you want the good ending for those, you want to choose Help Sachi, which is what I would do. I think I did this the first time naturally because it's nice to help other people. Anyway, let's see what this takes us. Okay, I think that's enough tailing for one day. Discontinuing my covert surveillance, I run up to Sachi's side. You alright, Sachi? Ah, Kasami-san, where are you? Save the banter for later. Let's get your things off the ground. Alright. I think we picked up all the obvious stuff. You missing anything? No, that appears to be everything. Good. Thank you very much. I owe you my life, Kasami-san. No. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Is it? A disappointed expression on her face. Sachi shifts the bags in her hands. Something inside catches my eye. Hey, that canned food. Yes, the clerk recommended this one. It's Can brand, tuna flavor. It also seems to have cat food written on the side. Are you really planning to make a meal out of that? Yes, of course. I see. Look, it's not like I have the best eating habits myself, so I don't want to say too much about other people's diets, but voluntarily eating pet food? That seems a bit over the top. I'm not eating it, of course. What on earth are you saying, Kasami-san? I'm glad it was a misunderstanding, but please stop talking like I'm the one responsible for the confusion. I'm sorry? So if not you, who will be eating the cat food? A cat. Didn't know you had a pet, Sachi. Well, as if at a loss for an answer, Sachi closes her eyes in thought. I think it would be quicker to simply show you. And just like that, she turns and begins to walk away. Yes, this means I'm supposed to follow her. After entering a dead-end alley off the main road, Sachi takes a few steps and squats down to the pavement. Meow. A kitten begins to whine loudly in response to her presence. I see. So this is the recipient of the cat food? Yes. A few children from the neighborhood told me about this kitten. When I have business in the shopping district, I stop by to feed it. In other words, the local kids are usually looking after it, so it's not really her pet. Meow, meow. There don't seem to be any visible problems with the cells, but can't hurt to take a quick look. Mind if I examine its physical condition for a moment? Are you a veterinarian, Kasami-san? No, can't say that I am, but I should be able to tell if it's healthy or not. A long time ago, when I had a pet dog, my master taught me how to perform basic checkup of an animal's health. You never cease to amaze me, Kasami-san. Meow. Receiving the kitten from Sachi, I begin a simple palpation of its body. Even when you're dealing with a very small animal, if there's something seriously wrong with its body, the pulse and movements of its internal organs will always tell you as much. Seems to be in decent shape. I'm very glad to hear it. Incidentally, the most common mistake people make when raising kittens is inducing diarrhea. People tend to give them milk during the weaning period, but many kittens don't produce that much of the enzyme needed to break down lactose. If their diet is too heavy on dairy, it will cause severe indigestion. Sometimes they will even weaken and die if you don't get them treated. You should probably teach the kids that much, if they don't know already. I had no idea. It seems I still have much to learn. As she speaks, Sachi gently strokes the kitten's head. From her behavior and body language, it's clear that Sachi is quite fond of the animal. Have you considered taking the kitten in yourself? You know, keeping it in the dorm? The student dormitory has a general prohibition on pets. Well, I guess that's not surprising. On the other hand, they're generally pretty lax on it's still Yuji talking. On the other hand, they're pretty lax on enforcing that sort of rule, you know? As long as none of the other have an allergy or whatever, I doubt anyone's going to complain if you're a little selfish for once. Selfish? Matter of fact, Markin is keeping a crawfish in her room at the moment. If you're interested in the idea, I could try talking to the principal directly and... I mustn't be selfish. A selfish girl who causes trouble for others is a bad girl, and I mustn't be a bad girl. A bad girl, eh? I guess the class representative should try to be cautious about following the rules, but I think Sachi's true feelings are probably different. Animals are mysterious things. No matter how indifferent you are at first, spend a little time with one and you'll find yourself naturally getting attached. That's something I've experienced personally in the past. Let me change the question. Forget everything else, Sachi. Would you like to keep the pet as a pet if you could? Hey, Sachi-ni-chan! Just as Sachi averts her eyes from mine in hesitation, a young boy runs noisily into the alley. What's wrong, Masahiko-kun? Just the person I wanted to see. I got big news for you, Ni-chan. Big news? Yeah, it took a long time, but I finally talked Ma into letting me keep the cat. He doesn't have to live inside a cardboard box anymore, isn't that great? The boy energetically gestures as he speaks, bubbling with joy. I see, that's quite a relief. Sachi-ni-chan, thanks for looking after him for all this time. Not at all, I just gave him a little food every once in a while. With those words, Sachi gently handed the cat in her arms to the boy. Hey, you're living with me now, okay? Meow. The boy pets the kitten's head gently, just as Sachi had before. She watches the two of them quietly. One more thing, Sachi-ni-chan. Yes? If you want to see this guy, you're welcome to come over anytime. Would that be alright? Of course it would. It's all thanks to you that he got this big and strong. Meow. Okay. Then every day right after class every day might be a little much. What a shame. Okay, I'm gonna go show this guy to Ma right away. I'm sure it'll be a lot of work, but please take good care of him. Yeah, leave it to me. The boy pounds a hand against his chest, speaking with a forceful confidence. Alright, see you later, Sachini-chan. Bye-bye. You too, evil-looking guy. You could have left out the evil-looking part. The boy cradles the cat carefully in his arms and dashes back out onto the main street. That's too bad, Sachi. I was expecting something more along the lines of, nice to see the cat found itself an owner. You're really something, Sachi, at this point in the conversation. I'm not sure why I would compliment you at the end, but let's leave that aside for the moment. Deep down you wanted to keep that kitten yourself, didn't you? Yes, of course. Knew it. Therefore, that's too bad. I see. With that curt reply, Sachi slowly begins to walk away. Oh. I don't think I've seen the heart transition before. Well, I have been considering this possibility for quite some time, but now I'm convinced. Kasami-san, you belong to the category of people commonly referred to as sadists. Can't say I ever consciously classified myself as such, but I guess I'll have to take your word for it, Sachi. There's no doubt about it. Under the merciless assault of your cruel words, I felt something stirring within me. Say what? What the heck is this? Did a classmate just confess to me? Specifically about awakening to sexual deviancy? But nonetheless, I have to thank you. Why? Earlier, you offered to walk to the principal so that I could keep the kitten in the dormitory. Ah. Well, it was obvious that Sachi was fond of the animal after all. It seems I won't be able to raise him myself anymore, but just knowing that there's someone who understands my feelings makes me feel a little warm inside. Matter of fact? Yes. Sachi begins to walk more briskly, seemingly unable to say any more. No matter how much she hides it behind words and logic, having something she loves taken away from her must be a bitter experience. If I was able to take some of the edge of that pain, I guess even the most whimsical of tailing missions might have a meaning in their own right. Kasami-san, I have a report. Sakaki-san spotted at 12 o'clock. Excellent. We are beginning covert surveillance. Follow my lead. Raja. Oh. Well, under certain circumstances at least. Huh? Michiru? Are you having takeout from the convenience store for dinner again? So what? Leave me alone. Let's see here. Garlic chicken and tuna corn salad with deluxe baked pudding for dessert. Same as always. I bet you everyone working at that place knows you as a garlic chicken addict girl by now. Garlic girl for short. Sounds entirely likely. They tend to remember customers who always buy the same thing at the same time, you know. I can just see the part-timers talking behind your back. Garlic girl come by today. What? Cut it out! Now it's going to feel really awkward the next time I go shopping. Ah, sorry about that. Hardly a big deal though. Don't let it get to you. What she said, get too self-conscious and you'll turn into an ugly human being, you know. Really? I don't know, just repeating something Amani told me once. What does that mean? It's a little tough to explain. Basically, if you get too obsessed with what everyone thinks of you, it's easy to lose your individuality. Your values and style get thrown off little by little. That said, you do need to pay attention to the impression you leave on other people, so it's kind of a tricky balance. You've got to find the middle ground. This coming for someone shamelessly enough to wander around the dorm naked? Am I really being lectured about moderation by a girl whose breast always seems ready to burst out of her clothes? Is she nuts? Hey you, if you want to badmouth me, wait until my back is turned, got it? I mean, she ain't got a reason to hide a body like that, so why not show it off? Tasty. Hey Makina, what are you eating? Oh, this pudding's hella tasty, you know? Ah! You ate! Ah! Whoopsie! Whoopsie doesn't cut it. She ate the pudding. My precious pudding! That pudding was easily the highlight of the meal. I was looking forward to it so much. How dare you, vile fiend! Pudding, I shall avenge thee! Key! What? Hey, sorry, Uncle! Okay, now let's not go nuts over one little pudding. I'll give you something else for dessert. What was that? That wasn't just any pudding, it was baked pudding! Deluxe baked pudding with whipped cream on top! What replacement could you possibly offer for such a perfect dessert? Okay, well, all I've got is some pumpkin ice cream, but you're welcome to it. Pumpkin ice cream? Yeah, I was actually just on my way to Yuji's room to deliver dinner. Here you go. This looks pretty good. It's tasty if you eat it plain, but it also goes really well with some warm honey toast. That does sound kinda good. That pumpkin ice cream looks tasty. You already ate all my pudding. You're not getting this too. Makina, where's your apology to Michiru? Sorry, Qa'Rajh. I haven't mentioned it before, but the truth is I have a secret mega position for sweet stuff. Yeah, I'm well aware of that already. I guess I was being careless anyway. Wait, isn't this for Yuji? Is it really okay for me to take it? Yeah, no problem. I made plenty, though there's lots more waiting up in my room. I'll just bring down his share when I pick up the dishes. He's actually okay with eating pumpkin in the first place? Why do you ask? Pumpkin stuff tends to be kinda sugary and all. Don't guys usually hate it? Oh, really? But just the other day he ate up the pumpkin itokoni I gave him just fine. Itokoni? What's that? You know, the thing where you boil pumpkin and azuki beans in sugar and soy sauce. Never tried it? Yeah, sounds ridiculously sweet. That would completely overpower the rest of the meal. I can't stand pumpkin anyway. It's all dry and crumbly. It always makes me thirsty. Hating pumpkin, what kind of a girl are you? Not all females love that stuff, for your information. Huh? Don't you love Baumkuchen though? That stuff makes you just as thirsty. Baum is different. It's kind of a cake, okay? Pumpkin is a side dish, not a dessert. I don't know about that. Makina loves itokoni with a big glass of milk at snack time, you know? Oh yeah, cool itokoni with some nice frosty milk is a standard summer snack if you ask me. Look, you're just like anything that tastes sweet, right? I mean, boiled food with milk sounds kinda strange. Do they really go together? Makina eats everything with milk. Sponge cake and milk, Twinkies and milk, whatever. Well, I guess I can understand the sponge cake one at least. Maybe it goes with anything sweet. Hey, Makina, don't you eat curry with milk too? Yep, I do indeed. I coat my stomach with a glass of milk beforehand to protect it from the curry spice, you know? I'm also a fan of milk when I'm eating a YB. YB? She's talking about a yakisoba bowl. A what? Yeah, we take a bowl half full of rice and sprinkle on some shredded cabbage, then dump piping hot yakisoba on top of it. Gah! Noodles on top of rice? Carbohydrates on carbohydrates? It's tasty, you know? If you have the time, it's even better if you put a lid on the bowl and wait till the cabbage is nice and soft. Is it that weird? I mean, people do the same thing with other fried stuff like okonomiyaki or takoyaki, right? Yes, it's weird. People from Kansai are nuts. And you drink milk with that? Don't tell me you're forcing Yuji to eat that stuff too. Well, Kansai have gone as far as to give him something as slapdash as a YB. But either way, Yuji hasn't complained about anything I've served him so far. Not even once. Ugh, poor Yuji. You can't just start complaining about a girl's cooking after all. He must be suffering in silence. I'm pretty sure that's not true. Oni-chan always says it tastes good, you know? The guy really isn't picky about his food. I mean, he did say he doesn't like meat, but if it's on his plate, he'll eat every bite. I think Qa'Rajh with her garlic chicken diet is the weird one here. Complaining about pumpkins one thing, but milk too? What a picky eater. No wonder your hair's all gone all pale. The color of my hair has nothing to do with this, alright? I go through hell to keep this bleach. It's intentional, got it? Huh? Really? I was thinking more like you weren't getting enough nutrition to your head, so you turned into a dumb blonde or something. What? Dumb blonde? Is that really how you see me? Ah, sorry, this one might be my fault. I kind of found out when I say, if you don't eat properly, you end up like Michiru. She'll gobble down every scrap on her plate while screaming in terror. So, you know. No, I don't know. Don't use me to threaten a child. What do people think I am? Do I look like a freaking boogeyman to you? I'll grind up naughty kids to make my bread. Not funny. That is not funny. Hey, don't let it get you down, alright? I spent a long time overseas, so I understand. This is what it means to be a blonde woman. You can't help it. I told you my natural color is black, Mookie! As Michiru shrieked and threw her hands up in rage, it seemed that her completely melted puddle of pumpkin ice cream scattered in a syrupy spray across the hallway. Hearing this story as I ate my dinner that night, I nodded thoughtfully and offered a few wise words. The word blonde doesn't indicate a hair color alone. It describes an entire way of life, tragic as it may be. The laundry room. I don't think we've been in this place before. There are many kinds of heroes in this world. The famous heroes who really existed, like Jeanne d'Arc, the female commander who broke the deadlock of the 100 Years' War. The heroes of legend, like Heracles of Greek mythology, who carried out 12 great labors and fought the forces of chaos in the Gigantomachy. Even the small heroes whose names are quickly forgotten, like the anonymous man who selflessly protected a young girl from vicious stray dogs. But among all the varieties of heroes, the admiration of children is mostly reserved for the super category. Composed of flashy characters who use special powers to fight for justice in comic books and television shows. Originally, a superhero is supposed to protect the weak and crush evil, but these days, matters aren't quite so clear-cut. It seems mysterious superheroes with unclear motives have come into fashion. I learned of their existence not too long after entering my new school. Toro Toro! Spare ribs! Spare ribs! When I arrive at the third floor, having decided to finish my laundry early, I find Sachi and Makina screaming at each other about food. Thigh meat! Thigh meat! Boldly declaring your fetish as soon as you enter the scene. This I had not anticipated. You continue to amaze me, Kasami-san. No, you two seem to be discussing your lunch menu, so I was trying to play along. Lunch menu? What are you talking about? You were screaming about fatty tuna and spare ribs, right? Weren't you arguing about over your meal plans? Ah, now I understand. No, you got the wrong idea. We were just playing a vigorous round of Tunafish Man. Tunafish Man, is it? I've been hearing that name fairly frequently since entering the school. Since it ends with man, odds are he's some kind of superhero. The Tunafish part is slightly harder to decipher. Perhaps it's the nickname of a hardened warrior, a man so tough that even the harshest enemy interrogation, he stays as cold and inert as a dead fish. Or maybe he's a socially conscious superhero, fighting back against environmental consequences of tuna overfishing. Oni-chan? Hey, Oni-chan, why so quiet? Fantasizing about thighs again? No, I was pondering a little about this Tunafish Man character. Don't tell me you aren't familiar with Tunafish Man. Afraid not. I first heard the name quite recently. That may be a grave problem. A basic understanding of such cultural phenomena is an essential part of getting by in modern society. Indeed, Tunafish Man is an ultra-famous superhero these days. He's routinely referenced in major political speeches, not to mention national school exams. Say what? Maki-chan may be exaggerating slightly, but at the very least, he is a very popular character in the Mishima Cave area. I see. In my previous school, I usually had my hands full with my studies, so my knowledge of popular culture may be somewhat lacking at the moment. In that case, how about taking a look for yourself? Is that possible? Certainly. Tunafish Man is a Sunday morning TV superhero after all. A new episode will be broadcast just about 5 minutes from now. What? We only got 5 minutes? Yes, we've been playing Tunafish Man for a good half an hour now. Whoa! The time flew by thanks to Sajin's top-class role-playing service. Nearly backfired on us. This Tunafish man is still something of a mystery to me, but apparently he's compelling enough comparator to make us a real game like that addictive. Alright then, we're going to watch Tunafish man in the lobby. Would you care to join us, Kazumi-san? I think I will. If this character is as famous as you say it might be best to have at least a passing familiarity with the show. Excellent, I knew you'd give it a try. Aight, we can't be late for Unichan's initiation as Tunafish Tuna Man fan. We're dashing to the first one. Right. Sachin, switch it on pronto! Yes. Sachi dives towards the television set like a runner stealing home and mashes the power button. A commercial for a snack food I recognize from my childhood fills the television screen. Okay, 7:59, made it by the skin of our teeth. Yes, it wouldn't do to miss the recap. Judging from the childlike sparkle in their eyes as they settle on the sofa, it would seem these two really are looking forward to the show. My curiosity piqued, I turn my attention back to the television. Last time on Fresh Fish Superman, Tunafish Man! B! It's already been 3 months since we launched our plan for beefy world domination from the distant pastures of Fujisawa. First, we planned to convert that crumbling Hamagase shrine into a steakhouse, but met terrible treatment at the hands of those unbelievably violent shrine maidens. What we need is a nice, easy place to conquer, just for starters. B, how about this town, Mihoshi? Mihoshi? What sort of town is it? B, a rustic hot spring town in the Nishisu area, but it seems there's an inn of long-standing repute which attracts many repeat customers. B, sounds like a beefy price. Alright, our next order of business, we'll make that inn into a super cheap, all-you-can-eat BBQ restaurant. What's with this freak? Why is he wearing that cheap-looking mask? The word mask is forbidden. That's General Spare Ribs, the BBQ Empire's baddest, beefiest big shot. He's Tunafish Man's sworn archenemy. General Spare Ribs designed around a BBQ beef ribs motif, wages an unending battle against Tunafish Man designed around a tuna motif. It's the ultimate clash between meat and fish, a take no prisoners food pyramid war, a truly clear and compelling setting match artfully to the interest and knowledge of children. Sorry, but is there some point to staging a battle between meat and fish? None in particular, as far as I'm aware. I see. As I tilt my head in puzzlement at their explanation, the program's theme song begins to play. By the way, Sachin, has the CD for this song been released yet? We are getting the full music here. No, I don't think they've even announced the release date at this point. What in the heck are the producers doing? A godly song like this would be a million-seller hit, I guarantee it. I agree that it's a good song, but a million might be expecting a little too much. The real world can be a heartless place, especially when it comes to music about fish-themed superheroes. B, this is it, General Mihoshi. B. Good. Let's begin our search for this renowned inn. Wait up, Renki-chan. Geez, no, you're the one who said we had to hurry before the melon buns sold out, you know? Nice timing, we'll be at the location. At the inn without of these girls. B! They're not melon buns, they're mango melon buns. Yeah. Excuse me, there's a well-known traditional inn in this area, but... Ah, yes, you mean the Kuroda Inn. It's right next to my house. Hey, wait a second, General Spare Ribs? B, young lady, could it be that you know who I am? Of course I do, I never miss an episode. I see. It seems I've become a bit of a celebrity. B! If you say so, I have no idea who this guy is. Are you sure he isn't some freaky pervert? Pervert! How rude can you be? I'm General Sparrows of the BBQ Empire. Ah, here, my card. So basically you're the guy in the role of General whatever. BB? Such cynical words have forbidden in the world of superheroes. Don't children these days believe in anything? Where's the inn? You better spill the beans if you know what's good for you. But, General Sparrows, what do you plan to do if I tell you where the inn is? Why, steal the rights to the property, then remodel it as a behemoth of all-you-can-eat BBQ joint, of course. That's just wrong. I'll never tell you where the inn is. Insolent whelp. If it's that way it's going to be, I'll take you as hostage and get the truth out of the other girl. Yeah? You okay, Nano-chan? I'll call the police right now if you want. Don't talk about the police. How cynical can one person be? It's fine, Rinky-chan. We have a powerful superhero on our side. Superhero? BB? You can't mean... Oh, but I can. Help me, Tunafish man! Nothing seems to have happened. Don't rush things, Rinky-chan. Tunafish man needs time to rush over here. That a fact. Fish guts, fish have guts! A weird thing showed up. On foot. That's no weird thing, it's a superhero Tunafish man, ally of the weak and defender of justice. Ha! Ha! Blah! Is it just me or is he totally out of breath? Tunafish man is an eco-friendly superhero, so he never uses vehicles that emit CO2. Fresh fish Superman! Tunafish man! This is a superhero. BB, you show your face at last, Tunafish man. Whoops, there we go. Oh, once the superhero shows up, they let the hostage go? That's just how these things work. As long as there are saltwater fish crying out for a savior, the tuna of justice will appear! We're primates, though. Don't sweat the small stuff. Tunafish man, you're meddling do-gooder, always standing in my way. Beware! Today we will settle the score once and for all. Bring it on! Go, go, Tunafish man! Alright then, I'll show them the guts of a fish. That is to say, fish guts! Eat this! Akami, Akami! Bee! Excellent! It seems today's sushi is ferociously fresh, as always. Insolent whelp. Try this out for starters. Tenderloin, tenderloin, tenderloin! Hey, these things just started ripping their own stomachs open and throwing their flesh at each other. This is how the battle between Tunafish Man and General Sparrow must be fought. Only through the sacrifice of their own delicious bodies can they achieve true victory. Tunafish Man and company throw everything they got away to teach us the harshness of reality. I see. For a show that's supposedly easy for children to understand, this grim fatalism seems slightly out of place. Perhaps this program has an unexpected nuanced message beneath its bizarre surface. Hot, 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 hot! What do you think? The tenderloin is bewitchingly succulent when grilled over high-grade oak charcoal direct from the forest of Wakayama Prefecture, wouldn't you say? Gah! It's exquisitely good, and the smell stimulates the appetite, draining my power. What? You okay with the burns? Whatever might be the matter, Tunafish man, I've still got beef tongue and sirloin steak waiting. Damn, at this rate. Well, what do we do, Rinky-chan? Tunafish man is in trouble. Huh? Trouble? This is trouble. Fishu shoo 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 shoo. No cause for concern. I still got my trump card. Huh? That's it. Here. Somehow enduring the powered-up Tenderloin attack, Tunafish man prepares to answer with his ultimate attack. But why is there a fearless smirk on General Sparrow's face? Phew, a commercial break. Today, Tunafish man is in a pinch right away. Very unusual. Instead of getting fresher meat, they changed the fire used to grill the beef.
I didn't see that one coming.
Wakayama charcoal, is it? Tunafish man!
Moves just like the real thing. It glows, it shakes. Now you two can be Tunafish man. Tunafish man transformation belt set coming soon. Whoa, this wonderful product. I want it. I want it immediately, if not sooner.
Hold on a second. I don't care if you want the toy, but did I miss something here? I didn't see a single transformation sequence in this show.
And now that you mention it, Tunafish Man is always in full Tunafish mode from the moment of his arrival. In the first place, I don't think he ever wears a belt.
Then what's that just like the real thing supposed to mean?
Okay, Sachin, once the show's over, research this mysterious transformation belt at once. Yes, certainly.
Eat this! Toro Toro!
Beep, it stinks! It stinks of fish!
How's that? Toro, the finest fatty tuna, harvested from the least muscular spot of the belly. Something else, isn't it?
Certainly rich, oily cut of fish. But I won't be defeated by the likes of this.
What did you just say?
No way, the Toro didn't work? There's no way that it would, because this Toro isn't from the usual bluefin tuna caught by the fishermen of Omar. If I'm not mistaken, it's a mere big-eyed tuna, probably caught somewhere closer to equator.
Gah! If only the record-setting heat wave hadn't caused ocean temperatures to rise, leading to dramatic decline in regional fish catch. If only!
I've been defeated by that move too many times to miss such a blunder.
That's really not something to be proud of. Damn, I may have gained power as the superhero, but in the end, it's a mere saltwater fish like me, powerless against the force of nature.
Hold on, Tunafish man. You're not a fish, are you? I mean, you got legs.
Joe!
Joe yourself. Belittled by a young girl. Serves you right.
Cool. If only global CO2 emissions had been reduced while we still had a chance.
Sorry, but I think I've had enough time to bemoan environmental problems. I'll finish you with this ultimate attack. Take that. Spare ribs, spare ribs. Gwah! Gwah! Wah! Are you okay, Tunafish man?
I'll be alright, but at this rate the virtuous citizens will have their inn stolen and turned into a barbecue restaurant.
You can do it, Tunafish man. The Qa'Rajh inn is Mihoshi's pride.
But I've already thrown every edible part of my body.
True, your stomach is nothing but bones now. You still got something you can throw, don't you?
Huh?
Come on, you know, you still got that leftover stuff they're always selling in seafood this section, right?
Joe! You don't mean...
What do you think you're whispering about? Face the beefy reality. You'll all be working in BBQ restaurants in the glorious BBQ empire from now on. Behave yourself and surrender at once.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
BBB, unbelievable! You still stand, despite receiving my ultimate spare ribs attack, powered up by high-quality oak charcoal?
Through the grace of our mother of the sea and the wisdom of a young girl, I have awakened to a new power.
A new power?
Eat this! Tunafish man's new ultimate attack! Tuna scrape! Tuna scrape! Tuna scrape!
Gwah! Gwah! Ah! Impossible! Tuna scrape! This can't be!
Not just any tuna scrape, the highest quality leftover flesh scraped from the spine right at the fatty belly area. The taste is incomparable.
I can't deny it. This would be great in a nice sushi roll.
That's right. Now that you've learned your lesson, go back to Fujisawa.
I'm besides myself. It seems we have no choice but to retreat for now. But don't think this is over. My dream of beefy world domination still lives. Ah, the pervert ran away.
He did indeed. Now only refined gentlemen and ladies remain.
No, I have you pretty firmly in the freak category as well. That was amazing. You drove off the General Spare Rib. Tunafish man, you're really something else.
Fish! It's all thanks to your brave support, young lady. And you as well, quick-witted young miss. Your advice was the key to my victory today. You have my thanks.
Yeah, whatever, good work.
Indeed, alright you two. I expect you to be very careful about overfishing tuna in the future.
No need to worry, since we have absolutely no influence on that whatsoever.
Tunafish man, good luck. Please protect the next town too.
But of course. Oh, I almost forgot. Please enjoy the leftover tuna scrape, you two.
What? Really? Is that okay?
Yes, don't worry. I've stuck a date sticker on for safety. It's freshly scraped from my body this very afternoon.
Yay, what an awesome side dish. Oni-chan will flip out.
We're really going to eat that.
And thus, thanks to Tunaman's efforts, the BBQ Empire's ambitions were thwarted once again. But as long as General Sparrow still walks the earth, there can be no true peace. Run, Tunafish man! Fight, Tunafish man! As long as there are saltwater fish crying out for a savior, your battle will go on!
The fish and meat used in the attack were enjoyed by the staff after the filming.
Okay, we got a standard conclusion. Everything Rat does perfectly as always.
So that's a complete story then?
Yep. Personally, I found it super satisfying, especially the new ultimate move.
Indeed, today's episode was a roller coaster ride. I've still got goosebumps.
So today's episode was the so-called heart-pounding, edge-of-your-seat variety. Apparently.
So, Kasami-san, what did you think of your first taste of Tunafish man?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that myself.
Let's see. It's a little difficult to put into words, but all said and done, it was definitely not a boring experience. It's no lie to say that I found the setting and plot truly thought-provoking.
Dang straight, Tunafish man never ever failed to deliver 30 minutes of action-packed must-see TV.
If you gained an interest in the program, I have here a DVD with recordings of all the episode broadcasts so far. You're welcome to it.
You're well prepared.
It's only natural for the class representative.
I see. You can take the class rep out of the classroom, but it seems you can't take the zealous devotion of service out of the class rep.
I hope Tunafish man come to Mishima Cave someday.
If he did, would you ask him for an autograph?
Good idea! I'm gonna get some autograph paper and pens. I gotta be prepared for Tunafish man's visit whenever it comes.
Ah, wait, Maki-chan, I've got all that in my locker already.
An ordinary low-budget television show just inspired a shut-in girl to vigorous action. If you look at it that way, children's superheroes might have more redeeming value than immediately meets the eye.
Huh? Wait, what are you doing out here?
Nothing much. Up until a minute ago, I was watching a show with Sachi and Makina.
Really now? Pretty rare for you to watch TV with those girls, Yuji.
True enough, but there was something I'd been a little curious about for a while. Those two were educating me.
I see.
Incidentally, Amani, tuna is good stuff, isn't it?
Sorry, what the heck are you talking about all of a sudden?
Well, I was pondering the topic of seafood and the thought just popped into my head.
Pondering, huh?
Anyway, if I asked for a Nikitoro bowl right now, could you maybe make one?
What's this? Yuji asking me for something? Where's this coming from?
I'm aware it's pretty unusual coming from me, but the fact is, I've developed a sudden craving for fatty tuna.
I'm honestly curious about what's gotten you so fixated on tuna, but, well, whatever. You almost never let me spoil you after all. As you wish, your kind big sis will make you a Nikitoro bowl full of love.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Fresh Fish Superman, Tunafish Man. An eccentric superhero decidedly unlike any other I've known. But if the spirit of justice burning in his tasty breath can inspire the hopes and dreams of the two girls in this storm, well, in a world that's already overflowing with tales of heroism, one more can hardly hurt. And I think that's where we'll cut the episode. It's been a little longer, but there also was a fairly decent cut in early on. So, we'll take the next part in the next episode, and we actually had our first choice here. And as said,
that choice does actually matter down the line. I'm not entirely sure what it would do if you chose the other option, but I plan to go for the perfect and good, in quotation mark, endings for all of the girls when that time comes. But anyway, until next time, take care.